Our next guest is an Emmy-winning comedian who is a host and senior correspondent on The Daily Show. His memoir, Lucky Loser, Adventures in Tennis and Comedy, is available now. Please welcome back to the show, Michael Costa, everybody.
Wow. Thank you.
Welcome.
Wow.
I'm so happy you're back. You did stand-up here a while back, and a lot has changed for you. You've done a fantastic job on The Daily Show.
Thank you very much.
But sometimes you're,
yeah. Thank you.
So a lot of times you're in my seat asking questions. Do you prefer asking or answering?
This is weird for me, Seth.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm ready to ask you questions.
Yeah,
I actually brought some questions. No.
I have a hard time switching as well.
Yeah, but, you know, I've been a fan of your comedy for so long that it's even weirder for me. It's not like I hated you or something and now I have to just do this thing. No, this is a privilege and honor to be here. I love the show. That being said, stop.
Oh, yeah, stop. Hold on. He's got more.
That being said, let's talk about me.
Yeah, okay, Tom.
Yeah.
Happy to move on to
Yeah.
You have a fascinating story, which is the core of this book. So you were an actual professional tennis player.
That's right.
You were ranked 864th, which sounds like a joke, but that's a good number.
I mean, what was your world ranking?
I mean, you have to be very good to be 864th at anything.
I'm the best tennis player that any of you know. But I was 800, and then, by the way, that was my high, 864. Right. You know, there was a lot of 1100s in there. There was a 1300. I made $11,000 over 4 years. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. It's still my email signature.
Yeah.
Number 864. But I'm so proud of it. It's so hard. Tennis is this amazing sport where they actually rank everybody. You know, it really was weird for me when I switched over to comedy, and these comics would go, "Oh, I just killed." And we go, "No, you didn't. That was terrible." In tennis, it's like, that's your number. That's how good you were. So I'm number 864.
And you reach 864, and at some point, it must dawn on you that you're not going to get higher.
That's right.
And I would imagine a lot of other guys that reach 864 and that's their ceiling don't go on to comedy, but you make this choice.
Yeah.
So you, somewhere in the back of your head, you must have known, like, I think I can get higher than 864 in comedy, which you certainly have.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, my first pro tournament was in Zihuatanejo, Mexico. That's where Andy Dufresne escaped prison to in the Shawshank Redemption.
Of course.
There was 2 people watching my match. I lost first round. I received $111. My hotel that night was like $250. I said to the men watching my match, "Thank you for watching my match." And they go, "No, we just have the court after you." So you have enough of those experiences. And I went home to Ann Arbor and I made a list. It's in the book. I made a personal inventory. How much money did I have? What was my ranking? The biggest thing on that chart was, where's my self-belief?
Yeah.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
It was low. And that's when I decided tennis is done. And through a series of strange events where I used to write jokes in between tennis matches, I finally got home to Ann Arbor. I looked in my journals and I had all these jokes and I said, let's go sign up for an open mic. And just like that, I'm sitting next to Seth Meyers.
Yeah. Now, it should be noted, that's not the only people you've been lucky enough to be next to. You played in a charity tournament with Agassi and Roddick. These are both U.S. number ones. I mean, world number ones at some point.
World number ones, 8-time Grand Slam champion, 1-time Grand Slam champion. I played with them for a charity for Western North Carolina for victims of Hurricane Helene. 6 days before this, my wife is taking the 5-year-old skiing. I'm in charge of the 2-year-old. We're going to a water park in Pennsylvania. I'm holding the baby. The wind is blowing. Her hood is hitting my face. I fall off the curb.
Oh, my God.
I drop the child. And as I'm going down screaming, I'm thinking, oh, my God, I'm not going to be able to play tennis with Andre Agassi and Andy Roddick. And then I see everyone running over to me, and I go, I should probably check on the baby. She was fine.
Good, she was
looking at me like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
And I couldn't move very well. I thought if there's ever a time to not move well on a court, it's when you're playing doubles with Andre Agassi.
Yeah.
So right before the match, he comes up to me and he says, hey, man, just so you know, my back is all messed up. Can you cover the court for me? And I'm like, so it was
By
a
the way,
dream.
You do look like a man who knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Out there, so that's,
well, and this was, you know, that I spent a lot of money on eBay for that outfit. That's vintage Agassi.
Did you really?
And I don't even think he noticed.
Yeah.
Those shorts were like one wash away from disintegrating. Yeah.
You do write about the similarities you see between tennis and comedy.
Yeah.
Did that occur to you immediately once you started doing comedy as a gig?
No, it wasn't until later, and I started to have some success. I go, you know, this is so much like tennis. You're alone. You're problem solving. In tennis, your opponent is trying to trick you into making a mistake. I'm not saying comedy audiences are like that, but at the very beginning, you know this, Seth, at the very beginning, a comedy audience feels like an opponent.
Yeah.
If it's a bachelorette party that's been drinking all day and it's a late show and you're in Bumble Midwest, it feels tough. But also what served me, to use a tennis pun, the work ethic, the dedication, self-belief. Oh, I had a bad set, let's go do another set tomorrow. That's what tennis is all about. You lose and you keep going, and in comedy, that really helped me.
You know, I've talked to a lot of people who play tennis, and they say, like, the mental component's so huge. And I will say that's the piece of comedy, which is sometimes you know you have the jokes, and you know you have a skill, but you can get a little thrown, you know, if it's a bad audience, and then you just feel the whole thing unravel. And I imagine that happens to tennis players all the time.
Yeah, I mean, in comedy, it's this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Right? You're crushing, and there's just, like, one guy, like... I remember one time, this woman would never laugh, and she was just doing this, and I finally snapped, and I said, what's wrong with your friend? And she goes, so she's having a great time, but she's deaf.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, great, I have 45 minutes left of a set. If you're a successful athlete, you shouldn't let those things bother you, but they do.
Yeah,
they
of course.
do. And there's a match I still think about when I wait for the C train in South Korea. I was up 5-1 in the third. I blew it. It was the end of me emotionally, and that's ultimately what led me to hanging up the racket.
Wow, that's amazing. But again, it is nice to know, and the longer you do it, the more you have it. I feel like when you're on stage, you can control the audience sometimes like an opponent, but you know, the nice thing is they also do want to have a good time.
And you know that if it goes poorly, you'll be okay.
Yes.
That's what you don't know at the beginning.
I want to ask you one last question, because I know a lot of Greek Americans who love finding and meeting other Greek Americans. They're very proud of them. They keep a mental list.
Sure.
Your Wikipedia, the name Costa obviously sounds like a Greek name.
Yeah.
You are of Greek descent. True or false?
False.
Okay.
I am not Greek, and I'm sorry. So many wonderful Greek people come to my show. Beautiful women with desserts. And I have to say, I'm not Greek. It showed up on my Wikipedia page. Somebody wrote an article. Nobody called me or checked.
Yeah.
We thought we were Czech my whole life. My father, in 1997, took 27 Costa family members to the Czech Republic to find our heritage. And all we really found out is that we weren't Czech. We weren't Polish. Turns out we're from the Ukraine. All we really know for certain is that my dad was a genealogist. But I hate to say it, I'm not Greek. Yeah.
All right, well, still, I mean, but people are welcome to still bring desserts.
Desserts are very welcome at a Michael
great.
Costa show.
You do not have to be Greek to enjoy a wonderful Greek dessert. Hey, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you,
Keep up
Seth.
the great work.
I appreciate it.
Michael Costa, everybody, Lucky Loser is available now. We'll be right back.